Hello friends, this is Jagdeep Singh Sohal from Amity University, Rajasthan, Jaipur. I appreciate the efforts of Society for Environmental Resources and Biotechnology Development for organizing this online event on COVID-19. This is a much needed event to raise awareness about this disease and virus. I would also like to thank Dr. Avinish Kumar, President of this society, for inviting me to deliver a lecture on diagnostic challenges and opportunities for COVID-19. Diagnosis still remains a major challenge for this disease, COVID-19, considering the variable sensitivity reported by various workers. Presently, WHO recommended test is real-time PCR, and the real-time PCR is being used in our country also to diagnose this infection. The sensitivity and the performance of this test varies with the approaches used in the diagnosis. One of the variable is the clinical specimen that is being used as a source of viral RNA. There have been multiple studies conducted on the use of different samples and their analytical sensitivity of detection. The best sample that is being declared is nasopharyngeal swabs. Apart from that, oropharyngeal swabs have also been used. The best sample is the deep throat sputum. However, it is difficult to get the deep throat sputum, and scientists are still working on how to sample this deep throat sputum. In present scenario, it is recommended to pool nasopharyngeal and oropharyngeal swabs as a specimen for isolating the viral RNA before the RT-PCR. Apart from these, saliva has also been seen as a good source of viral RNA. However, the appearance of virus in saliva comes in later stages of disease. So presently, nasopharyngeal and oropharyngeal samples as a pool are the best, and if we are able to develop a method to sample deep throat sputum, then that would be great, because high viral load has been reported in these samples. Another issue is the analytical sensitivity, that is limit of detection of the presently used real-time PCR. See, different studies has been conducted to identify the limits of detection of viral load, and presently it has been reported that minimum 100 to 150 virus is required, viral number is required to get a positive results for the diagnosis. Another major challenge is the sampling process, because nasopharyngeal samples are tricky, because if the sampling is not proper, that is not going to capture the virus, and we may get the false negative results. So this nasopharyngeal sampling has to be done by some expert to ensure that sampling is proper and we have captured the virus. One of the study has been conducted in our collaborating group, that is DNA experts, and they have also developed their own real-time PCR kit, our indigenous kit, and that is a smart kit and then can diagnose the virus infection in 40 minutes time. They have found that limit of detection is 150 viral particles like others. Now, people are raising the need of this mass screening procedures, because there is now threat of entering into transmission stage 3 or 5. So we need mass screening procedures, either antigen detection or antibody detection, so that there is a mass screening, especially in high risk zones or for healthcare workers or people at high risk for this disease. And once the screening is done and the person is found positive, that may be tested by or confirmed by real-time PCR in later stages. But WHO till date is not recommending these mass screening procedures because they have not been properly validated, and various labs are working on the validation of these mass screening procedures. As far as the antibody detection is concerned, the antibody response, it may take 7 to 12 days, maybe less sometimes, maybe more sometimes, depends upon the person's immunity. So by the time a person is becoming positive for COVID-19 antibodies, it is already containing the virus and spreading the infection. And however, maybe in present scenario our country has less cases, so we may not need these kits, but once the case, if the case number increases and fatality increases, we need these mass screening kits. The antigen detection kits, they have not been properly validated till date because there are every possible chances that those 4 mild form of the viruses apart from SARS-CoV-1 and MERS, other 4 mild forms of strains are there which are circulating in the environment. The antigen detection may also capture those. So proper validation of antigen detection kits are required, and if some alternative approach like aptamer based approach is used to develop this antigen detection test, that will be far better because that will be more specific. Now coming on to molecular diagnosis, because molecular diagnosis is the most widely accepted diagnostic technology for this virus, but presently it requires sophisticated instrument, a good containment facility because this virus is highly contagious. So some point of care molecular diagnostic tools needs to be developed. Those can be used in resource, especially in view of the resource poor areas, because resource poor areas may not have the infrastructure required to perform presently used real time PCR. So there is a urgent need to develop point of care diagnostics, like one is the isothermal PCR that can be developed and can be used anywhere using a simple water bath or dry bath. So a diagnostic strategy like sampling of a patient in a viral transport media which is containing a lysis buffer that will lyse the virus, so infectivity is lost, and then that sample is processed for RNA isolation or may be directly used in some isothermal reaction. So this will reduce the cost, reduce the time, and the major benefit is these tests can be used in resource poor areas. So our university and our group at Amity University Rajasthan is also working on development of point of care molecular diagnostic isothermal PCR for detecting the COVID-19. We are collaborating with different institutions including Genomics Molecular Diagnostics Hyderabad, Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Medical Sciences Wardha, to develop this test so that we can cater the need of resource limited areas. Last but not the least, I just want to tell the audience that we should not panic, because though COVID-19 is highly contagious virus, but at the same time this virus is less fatal compared to previous outbreaks. So stay safe, take all procedures to boost your immunity, spread this message among your fellow groups, among your family, and best wishes from Amity University Rajasthan. Thank you.